welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosie Henshaw. If you're new here, then welcome. It's lovely to meet you. And if you're already existing, guys, then thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Just grab yourselves a nice cup of tea and some snacks, and let's get into today's video. So if you would have seen my home bargains haul, you would have seen this giant pumpkin. So I've got this giant jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I'm going to cut off the little bit where there's the little light section. So this does light up. We can take this bit out because this is just a tester thing there, and then turn it off because we don't really need it on. We'll turn it on and then it comes on by itself. So I did say in that video it did look a little bit naff. Like, I love it for Halloween, it's beautiful, but the aesthetic that I want to go for is more of an autumn sort of muted down tone. I think they could have gone a bit better in with the stem, but you can't ask for much more for £20, can you? But when I was looking at sort of for ideas of what I wanted to sort of do with this, I was sort of thinking going for like the white with the gold stem and that kind of stuff. And then I thought about it and I thought, I still want to keep it really sort of orange and kind of earthy looking, and I want it outside the front door, so I want it to kind of go with the theme that I've got outside. Now outside I've got a few like aged terracotta pots with some flowers and stuff in, and I saw a terracotta pumpkin, so I was like, do you know what we're going to do? We are going to attempt to do a faux terracotta on this to make it look like it's a huge terracotta pumpkin, and I just hope it turns out as lovely as I'm thinking it's going to. So I had a little research, had a little look online to see what sort of supplies you're going to need. So you are going to need, right, one second, I've got it already here. You're going to need a kind of beigey paint. I just went down to my stores to see what I already had in the shed. So I got some Stony Ground from Farrow & Ball for £1. It's like a beigey, like warm colour. So I'm just going to use that, but I think any off-white or beige or cream will be fine. And then you're going to also need a terracotta or an orange. Now, if you only have a bright orange, if you mix a bit of black in with that, it will make like a darker sort of terracotta-y colour, but obviously add a small bit at a time. So then I've got this colour luckily in my shed called Red Earth. This was a pound tester from Farrow & Ball. But I did do a video where I'd done like a terracotta before style look, but it wasn't the faux terracotta that we're going to go for in a minute. And I found from Wilko this tester pot, and it's called Chimney Pot. Now they're only £1 in there for a tester pot, and it's a nigh on a perfect match. So if you want to get like a nice cheap version, because I know they're not always £1, sometimes they're like £5 for a Farrow & Ball tester, you can get yourself Chimney Pot. So I've got those. I've got a little bit of rub and buff. I don't even know if I'm going to be using the rub and buff, if I'm honest. And I was wearing a nice dress today, but I changed into a t-shirt just in case I get paint on me. And you're also going to need flour. So I've just got some plain flour out of my cupboard. Don't matter if it's plain or self-raising, I'm pretty sure it won't make the pumpkin get any larger. So we're going to get in and try now. So I'm going to start by, oh, there's a few little things in here. What's in there? It's a lid for, oh, a skeleton loot bag lid. So I'm going to start off with just a paintbrush. I'm going to open my little tin now. A little fork. Scissors I mean. Just going to open my little pot. It's a really, really nice colour. And I don't know what I'm going to do on the stem. I think if I'm going to make it terracotta, I've probably got to do the whole lot. So I'm going to go in with a terracotta paint, kind of look. Go in and do this. I don't know, I feel like this is kind of criminal painting this now. Oh well, now I've started, let's just get in. Right, we're back. I've given it 2 coats now. I let it dry in between. I haven't primed this. Made myself a little cup of tea as well. In a Halloween mug, but I'm painting a pumpkin, so it's all relative, you know, it's fine. So basically, I've let it dry slightly and then give it, I let it dry fully. I'm getting ahead of myself. Then give it a second coat. And now I'm letting it dry slightly before we go in with our flour. So I did say about the ones what I was going to make with the paper mache not being weatherproof for outside. Now I haven't primed this, and people might think, well, that's not really weatherproof either. The reason being is I knew that I wasn't going to be able to put this outside. This is going to go in my porch, either side of my actual front door. So we've got like a 1930s house, but it's got a sneezing fit. We've got a 1930s house, and we've got like the brick sort of arch, and then our door comes in, and then we've got a porch. So I'm going to have these either side, so these aren't going to need to be weatherproof, otherwise you should probably prime these, but I didn't bother. I just went straight in with the paint. Farrable's a pretty good paint, and so is that Wilco paint, just go straight over it. You can seal this with Mod Podge if you want to before you go on to do the flower. I wouldn't recommend doing it after the flower. Bertie, you got sneezes? You sneezes? So yeah, I'm going to go with the flower now. I'm just going to put a little bit of plain flour, it doesn't matter what flour it is, into a bowl to be hygienic, and then set the flour to one side. And then you're going to need a dry, clean brush. I always just use my old makeup brushes, ones that I don't really want anymore, don't use anymore because all the sort of feathers sort of come off. And I'm going to sprinkle some of the flour onto the paint while it's still a little bit wet. I'm hoping that I'm doing this right. I'm hoping that it's dry enough. But you're meant to sort of just like sort of flick it on. Can you see? Can you not see? It's flicking it on, and then apparently once it dries that bit more, you then brush it. We've definitely got a little sneezy pup over there. Are you sneezing, or are you trying to get out? Do you want to go out? Are you trying to get my attention? Maybe that's what you're doing. Come back, darling. Come back. What are you doing? Oh, there's a seagull. Here we go. Barky barkies. He's seeing a seagull. I kept thinking, has he got something stuck off his nose or something? You know, like a leaf or something, because he's literally sneezing. So yeah, just go in and sort of like tap your flour. Try and concentrate mostly on the top part, because this would be the lightest part. And then we'll just brush the rest down, if that makes sense. Gonna need a good hoover after, I reckon. That's where my head. I keep singing, sorry. I'm gonna move the camera back as well a bit. Oh. So I've moved the camera back. Oh, it's a bit wonky. So I've moved the camera back a bit as well, so you can see it's slightly clearer. But we're going in with the flour. And I'm a bit nervous at this point, I can't lie. So I'm really focusing around the top, and I'm hoping that it won't be still too damp. It's like judging whether it's damp enough for the flour to stick, or to whether it's gonna make it go powdery. We're gonna see. So I'm gonna start brushing it down now to the whole entire project. Hope it don't go clumpy. Oh. Yeah, there's definitely some areas where it's stuck. Maybe that wasn't dry enough. Definitely do this in an area that you don't mind getting dusty. I won't do this on a rug. Looks like, you know, them sort of like washed, and then you go in with your flour now and brush over bits that, you know, need the flour. Yeah, I would say that's dry enough. It's just, I'm thinking it's stuck a bit more in certain places. I think you could probably go over that slightly, a bit harder with a brush. It's also as well, some of the bits that are a bit wetter than others, it's sticking more, but actually I really like the look of it, if that makes sense. I mean, worst case scenario, it'll just give it a bit of more of a chalky effect, and all you can do is you can just go over the paint again if it goes too white. I think I've got a few white bits on mine, and I'm just going to go around all the mouth. Got little damp bits there. I mean, if there's any bits that you feel like aren't chalky enough, I mean, by all means, go over. See, this bit's quite damp and it's picking up my chalk and making it go a bit rough, but that's actually adding to the texture of it, to be honest. I'm gonna throw a Salt Bay. Do you know what might be quite nice? Is if I went in the groove slightly to really emphasise the pumpkin. Do you know what I mean? Like go in the grooves a little bit, a tiny bit with some of the paint, like almost dry brush it in the actual grooves to really like emphasise the white so you can see the pumpkin. So I think I'm just going to go in at the eyes a little bit, around the nose, around the mouth to give like some emphasis on the chalky bits. Possibly let it dry completely and then only go in the areas where you want the actual flower, because that might just be an easier way to do it. So this is why I got out of my dress, because I know I'm pretty good at not getting paint on myself, but I knew I was going to get covered in flour. So I thought t-shirt, the cycling shorts is the one. I'm going to go over that little tooth as well. Want a bit of flour on that tooth and around his mouth. At this point I'm just going to use what's actually on the counter. Probably could just do that. Just put a little bit in a bowl. Go down these little eye lines. And then I think we are done. The sound of the children being off for school. Right, let's move this out of the way. I'll put that in the sink to rinse the water. And I'm gonna get a cloth. Gonna wipe this all away real quick. I was gonna go in with a little bit of rub and bath on his stalk, but I think he looks so much like terracotta now. I don't think I'm gonna. Just gonna put a little bit of a little sticky patch there. Let's go for the cement mix. How cute does he look? He actually looks terracotta. I'm sorry, but he does. Right. Oh, Jack the jack-o'-lantern. Still looks really cute when he lights up. And I just think outside the front door, this is just like, you know, in the porch area, this is gonna look, I think people are gonna think he's actually made from terracotta. He looks so cute. Like you can see up close, this lighting, it's really hard to pick it up. Like it really does look like I've got like terracotta washed pots. He's really got this sort of like, this is like really aged now, so you can't tell because it's got the really lots of white on it. This is a really aged one. But it used to be like I'd aged them outside, so I think with all the flowers and stuff, I'm gonna put in loads of like orange flowers and stuff, put my wreath on the door, and it's gonna be like this. And then when Halloween comes, ho ho ho, this back section needs some more down here, I feel. I feel like it needs some more. So I'll probably come off camera and finish that. But how lovely does this look compared? And obviously I have got two, so I'm gonna go grab the other one to show you for comparison. It has gone from cheap looking to more expensive looking. And I mean, I've got a lot of wooden baskets as well with flowers out the front as well. I mean, nestled in out the front garden, how gorgeous is that gonna look with like flowers next to it? It's just gonna look really nice. It's gonna look like part of like a country sort of garden. But yeah, I just love that. I love it so much. And compared to the other one, like I feel like it's really brought it to life. I feel like I'm just gonna go a bit crazy with this white though in a minute around the face. I'll show you a finished look completely and add it in. Right now I'll add it in. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. I've been Rosie Henshaw. See you later. Let me know if you're going to be doing this on any of your items. Please tag me in it on my Instagram. I'd love to see, I'd absolutely love to see your ones as well and what you do to them. So you could obviously do this with grey as well to make it look like stone or concrete. So I've been Rosie Henshaw. See you later. Take care. Bye.